Designation: Mobile Task Force Zeta-0-B, Mythmakers. Mobile Task Force Zeta-0 Bunch. Operatives: Mythmakers Branch, Team 1. Team 1 of the Mythmakers Branch within Mobile Task Force Zeta-0 consists of 3 highly specialized operatives: Conor McRoy, Double Trouble, Arthur Mansion, Forehead, and Steve Blanch, Sonny Boy. Each member possesses unique abilities derived from mythological origins, making them an invaluable asset in handling anomalies and containment breaches related to their specialized skills. Mythmakers, Operative Files. Personnel File, Conor McRoy, Codename Double Trouble, Clearance Level 3, Affiliation, Mobile Task Force Zeta-0, Bad Bunch, Field Operative, Age, 32. Conor McRoy, Double Trouble, possesses abilities analogous to those of a mythical dragon. Conor's skin exhibits properties similar to dragon scales, making him highly resistant to physical damage. Conor is able to exhale a stream of fire, capable of incinerating most materials. The source of the fire is unknown, as medical results have shown nothing abnormal occurring during the anomalous breathing of fire. Conor has significantly increased physical strength and speed, comparable to those attributed to dragons in mythology. Tests have shown that this enhanced physical strength allows for up to an impressive 36 tons of weight to be lifted. Double Trouble can manifest wings, not dissimilar to bat wings, with a durable patagium spanning the wing, allowing him to fly for limited periods. The maximum achieved flight speed of Double Trouble during testing appears to be 340 kilometers per hour. Due to the dragon's influence on Conor, he boasts enhanced senses of sight, smell, and hearing. Conor shares his body with an alternate personality, that of a prideful and greedy dragon from the mythological age. This entity is relatively cooperative, but imposes its will on Conor, particularly in matters of wealth and combat. The dragon's personality within Conor, which has no distinct name but is referred to as the Dragon, exhibits a variety of traits that align with many stereotypical habits held by Western lore. The dragon considers itself superior to most beings and often challenges those it deems strong, occasionally possessing Conor to bully or pick fun at standard security personnel. This has earned Double Trouble a negative image in some sections of the Site-Y-1 facility. It compulsively hoards jewelry and precious items, compelling Conor to spend his paychecks on acquiring these items and piling them together in his personal chamber at Site-Y-1. Incidents have occurred in which the Dragon has made public announcements that he had set many traps around his hoard and that he welcomes any challengers who would dare fight him for his endless riches. These actions have resulted in detailed inspections of Conor McRoy's personal chambers at regular intervals, in order to disable the small traps occasionally set by the Dragon. The Dragon frequently interjects during conversations, especially when it perceives an opportunity for combat or dominance. In the presence of Director Knightley, the Dragon repeatedly attempts to convince Conor to challenge Knightley for his position, asserting that he must make a show of power and that the best way to claim the top position is by defeating the boss. Along with these interactions, the Dragon often urges Conor to fight powerful SCPs, particularly SCP-Y instances. This has led to multiple events in which SCP-Y-3-R, Russ, has been found running through parts of the facility, being chased by Double Trouble. Incident Report Y017-11. Over a period of 1 week, the Dragon repeatedly possessed Conor whenever he was near Dr. Emily Green, a researcher at Site-Y-1. The Dragon insisted that Conor avoid Dr. Green, stating that doing so was crucial for his survival. Despite Conor's attempts to engage with Dr. Green, the Dragon's influence was strong, forcing him to take alternative routes and avoid interactions. After approximately 1 week, the Dragon ceased its possessive behavior around Dr. Green. Confused, Conor asked the Dragon why it had changed its stance. The Dragon replied, "I wasn't avoiding her. I was avoiding the thing that was watching her." Subsequent investigations revealed that Dr. Green had been under the observation of SCP-Y-017 the beholden one, during the time the dragon was avoiding her. This suggests that the dragon perceives SCP-Y-017 as a higher authority in the anomalous hierarchy and fears its attention. Interview log. Interviewer Dr. Oswald, interviewee Conor McRoy, Double Trouble. Begin log.
Conor, can you describe your relationship with the dragon? Is it tenuous or cooperative?
It's complicated. I try to keep it under control, but it has a mind of its own. It craves combat and wealth, which isn't exactly convenient in our line of work.
Convenient? We don't live for convenience, Conor. What you need to seek is glory. You are wasting your potential, Conor. We should be rulers, not subordinates.
Greetings to you as well, Dragon. And how do you manage these interjections, Conor?
It takes a lot of focus, and sometimes I just have to let it have its way. It's a constant battle of wills. But I've got a good team that helps keep me in check, and by proxy, keep the dragon in check.
Only because they haven't realized their inferiority yet.
What about the recent incident with Dr. Green? Why did you avoid her?
That was different. I haven't seen anything like that before. The dragon was scared. Said something was watching Dr. Green.
Not the doctor, but the one beholden to her. Its gaze is not one I wish for well.
Interesting. It seems even the dragon has a hierarchy it respects.
It is not about respect, Doctor. It's about survival.
Additional notes. Conor's personal chamber at Site-Y-1 resembles a dragon's hoard, filled with jewelry and precious items accumulated due to the dragon's influence. Regular psychological evaluations and containment measures are in place to ensure that the chamber does not pose a security risk. Conor's expenditures are monitored to prevent excessive accumulation of valuables. Double Trouble will undergo regular sessions with psychological professionals to manage the dragon's influence. Continuous training is employed to help Conor channel the dragon's aggression constructively and to enhance his control over its impulses. Summary: Conor McRoy, or Double Trouble, remains a valuable asset to MTF Zeta-0 despite the challenges posed by the dragon's personality. Ongoing support and containment measures ensure that his anomalous abilities are utilized effectively while minimizing the risks associated with his dual nature. Personnel file Stephen Blanch, codename Sunnyboy, clearance level 3, affiliation Mobile Task Force Zeta-0 Bad Bunch, Mythmakers branch, age 28, role field operative, pyrokinesis specialist. Stephen Blanch, known as Sunnyboy, possesses the ability to control and manipulate fire. These abilities stem from his extremely diluted lineage as a descendant of the sun god Apollo, making him 1/1000th demigod. Stephen can control and manipulate existing flames with ease. He can generate fire from his body, although this comes at a significant cost to his well-being. Due to his weak connection to his divine heritage, Stephen's abilities come with a noticeable price: blood evaporation. Excessive use of his pyrokinesis causes his blood to evaporate and perspire through his skin. This is because the divine energy burns away local impurities, and since his blood is mostly human, it is considered an impurity. Accelerated anemia. Conjuring flames directly from his body accelerates the rate of blood evaporation, leading to quicker onset of anemia compared to simply manipulating existing flames. Psychological profile. Stephen has a sarcastic attitude towards most situations, earning him the nickname Zippo from his peers, likening him to a lighter that has a short fuse and runs out of fuel. Despite his flippant demeanor, Stephen is a dedicated operative, albeit with a noticeable disdain for Director Knightley. He has a known history with Director Knightley and harbors regret for his conversion into a demigod during Project Zeta-0. Sonny Boy regrets the procedure that enhanced his abilities, feeling that the cost to his health and humanity was too high. Incident Report Z0-230. During a high-risk containment breach, Stephen was forced to conjure flames to neutralize multiple hostile entities. His abilities laid waste to an entire village, luckily abandoned at the time, and caused excessive spreading of fire to the surrounding forest. The excessive use of his abilities caused severe blood evaporation, leading to an emergency evacuation and medical intervention. Post-incident analysis highlighted the need for stricter usage protocols to manage his health risks, as well as limitations to deployment based on locational growth circumstances. Summary: Stephen Blanch, Sonny Boy, remains a crucial asset to Mobile Task Force Zeta-0, particularly within the Mythmakers branch. Despite the challenges posed by his abilities and personal grievances, his commitment to the team's mission and his unique skills ensure his continued relevance and effectiveness in the field. Ongoing support and monitoring are essential to manage the risks associated with his pyrokinesis and health. Personnel File: Arthur Mansion, Codename, Forehead, Clearance Level 3, Affiliation, Mobile Task Force Zeta-0, Bad Bunch, Mythmakers Branch. Age 25, Role Field Operative, Siege and CQC Specialist. Arthur Mansion, known as Forehead, possesses abilities derived from the mythological Hydra, making him a formidable operative with several unique traits. Arthur can recover from virtually any injury outside of atomic decomposition. This includes regrowing severed limbs and heads. The resulting regrowth creates a duplicate of the severed appendage, only being stopped via cauterization, or after a period of 2 days, the extra limbs will begin to shed. The saliva produced by Forehead is highly corrosive and cannot be deactivated. It has caused damage to Site-Y-1 infrastructure, especially when he falls asleep during low-intensity missions. When Arthur's head is severed, he will regrow 2 heads after approximately 30 seconds of inactivity. This process involves an initial period of cryogenic-like stasis, where his vitals slow down drastically. The surplus heads grow back extended, typically boasting a length of about 15 feet, though they are known to grow even further, as more room is needed past certain head counts. When a second head is grown, its saliva produces a highly flammable organic liquid. When a third head is grown, the exhale of its breath innately produces a dangerous steam at extremely high temperatures, capable of melting most organic materials that rest within the steam. When a fourth head is grown, it produces an extremely toxic saliva that causes paralysis upon contact with skin. This saliva has proven to be very effective as a sedative agent for subduing and testing highly aggressive anomalies. Each head grown after the initial 4 heads randomly produce anomalous properties duplicative of the previously mentioned 4 heads. All heads, faces, and necks are covered in durable scales, resistant to physical damage. These are impressively resilient, though cannot be compared to the scales of Double Trouble. There is currently no known limit to the number of limbs or heads that Forehead can grow, with the current highest amount exceeding several hundred heads and equivalently excessive limb counts. Excessive head and limb growth can inhibit Arthur's cognitive processing, making him a danger to teammates. After extreme combat scenarios or excessive damage, a directive will be issued for all personnel to evacuate the area to prevent collateral damage. Arthur Mansion will be left in the field of operation until the necessary 2 days have passed for him to begin shedding his excess limbs, at which point operatives of Mythmakers, Squad 1, Double Trouble, and Sonny Boy will retrieve Arthur. Incident Report Z0-318. During a containment breach within Provisional Reality-Y-1 near the outside perimeter of SCP-Y-19, Arthur was decapitated multiple times, resulting in the growth of numerous heads and limbs. The excessive head multiplication led to significant cognitive overload, necessitating an emergency evacuation directive. Despite the chaos, Arthur successfully neutralized the threat, though his appearance and behavior caused considerable fear among personnel. Audio log: Interviewee, Site-Y-1 personnel, Jerry Miller. Interviewer, Dr. Oswald. Date, May 31st, 2000. Begin log.
Please state your name and position for the record.
Jerry Miller, Site-Y-1 security personnel.
Can you describe the incident within Provisional Reality-Y-1 where you were protected by Arthur Mansion, codename Forehead?
It was terrifying. We were patrolling near SCP-Y-019 when suddenly a huge pack of Y2s, those freaky fused animals, ambushed us. Arthur was deployed to the area immediately after.
What happened next?
As the fight escalated, Arthur's heads, arms, and legs kept getting severed or eaten, and each time, 2 more grew back. Eventually, he had so many heads and limbs, it was like watching a nightmare unfold. His heads were drooling acid, flammable liquids, steam that was melting the Y2s. It was chaotic.
How did you feel during this situation?
Honestly, I felt more scared of Arthur than the Y2 creatures. He was stumbling around on hundreds of legs and arms, and his head's bobbing and drooling everywhere. He tried to comfort us, shouting orders to evacuate, get to safety. It was all heads mumbling at once, creating a mess of just terrifying sounds. I felt bad, because I knew he was trying to protect us, but I couldn't shake the fear.
Did you manage to evacuate safely without any issues?
Yes, we did. Arthur held off the Y2 creatures long enough for us to escape through Y1. His directive saved us, even though they were garbled and fear-inducing.
Thank you for your account. Your experience will help us understand and improve our procedures.
Thank you, Dr. Oswald. I hope this helps.
Arthur Mansion Forehead is a crucial member of Mobile Task Force Zeta-0, particularly within the Mythmakers branch. Despite the terrifying nature of his abilities and the cognitive challenges they present, his regeneration and combat skills are invaluable in containing and neutralizing high-threat anomalies. Ongoing support and strategic deployment are essential to manage the risks associated with his abilities and ensure the safety of both Arthur and his teammates. Zeta-0 Mythmakers branch, Team 1, comprising Conor McRoy, Arthur Mansion, and Stephen Blanch, showcases unique abilities derived from mythological origins. Their camaraderie and diverse skills make them an effective unit, though their abilities come with significant drawbacks and risks. While their extreme abilities as a military force are often questioned by higher-ups, they are essential in fending off the anomalous powers that encroach upon us. From Provisional Reality-Y-1. This is Director Knightley, signing off on a follow-up report for Zeta-0 Bad Bunch. I hope you'll consider subscribing to stay updated as we unveil the details of our most pivotal operatives.